Welcome back to the MLG Last Chance Qualifier. This is game number 2 of the day. I am Sabo, and I'm casting here with Joey Helium Umbrella. The game is Torqued versus GamesAcademy. Map number 2, it's actually going to be GamesAcademy pick right here of Train. If you missed the first map, that was Mirage. It went 16-10 in favor of GamesAcademy. If Torqued can't win this, they're going to be out of the single elimination bracket, and their chances of making it to the major will end tonight.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, for any of these new teams just forming, it is a pretty long shot to make it to the major anyways. But always sad to see people go, of course, into the pistol round. Looking Mo, though, finding 2. Ricks as well. They got very aggressive out towards Ivy, and I think that's over at ladder. Oh, no, up on top of the stairs by ladder rim. Lucas takes down 2, so just like that, back into a 2-on-2. Showtime was very, very good. And some of these 1vx situations he had over on Mirage as the bomb will go down. Actually, inside, Lucas getting that down. Most spots him. He knows the man's got to be up here in Z, and it is Showtime. He finds a double. GamesAcademy bring that one back.
Yeah. Aggression from Torque. They just kind of hung out outside of Ivy for a very, very long time. So that makes, I mean, you got great information when you go ahead and push out like that. You get the kill. You figure out exactly what's going on. But if you have 2 players stacked over there, that's about the farthest you can get from that B site rotation. Bomb goes down nice and easy, and then Showtime mopping it up right there. You got 1 and 0, losing the pistol round. That's the last thing you want to happen if you're Torqued.
Yeah.
The Opper's dream, too. You see Mo picking up the scout.
And this is one of those CT-sided maps left in the full similar to Inferno, so you always want to start off very strong on your CT side, and maybe there's still a chance that they hold on here. They've gone a man down. It's 4-on-3. GamesAcademy with that lead here into the round. Lucas with 2 more, and I mean, Lucas was pretty quiet on Mirage, mainly just because Henny was so damn loud. But already 2 double kills to start off this match here on Train, which was GamesAcademy's pick. Ricks was spotted by Bolts. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to pick around the corner, looks to the right. Oh, Ricks somehow managed to find that.
This is kind of winnable.
Yeah, look at this. Lucas is down to 12 health. Henny's also extremely low. You got an AK-47 in the hands of Ricks. Problem is, aim punch will be a real problem if it gets tagged up at all. Gets spotted by Lucas. I think that was on top of Train there.
Back on the blue one, yeah, I think.
Yeah, one of those spots you typically don't check on your way in, especially when you're running out of time.
I mean, that's the problem. 1v anything on the outer yard of Train is the hardest situation in Counter-Strike.
It's
one of the few positions where you have to watch like a full 360 degrees around you because they could be anywhere. It's impossible to check everything. You have to get lucky, and Lucas was in a great spot up on that blue Train, shot him down completely unaware.
I like what D-Man says about this map. It has more angles than a protractor.
Yeah, I think that one's Academy. I think that one's been thrown around by about everybody.
Yeah, GamesAcademy charging in. Looks like it was a 4-stack on B side for Torqued. Bad call.
And it hurts.
Give up the side. The bomb's not going to go down just yet. TScape pushes out. He's able to get 1 before he quickly gets traded off, and then Mo's stuck on the other side of smoke at Z connectors. Mo's going to wait for his teammates to peek around the corner. Problem is we've got these long-distance firefights going on with pistols, and you're at such a severe disadvantage against rifles. GamesAcademy picking them off. 1 by 1, A2Z very low. Ricks trying to do the long flank towards spawn. Might just be trying to hang out of that armor on CZ75.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, why not? You can try to get some exits. Might just go up and chill on the couches here in the break room.
Have a beer. Rethink your CT side strat. Looks like he wants to go down towards ladder. Pop dog. He's way down him though.
As being watched.
Rick's down. That's going to be yet another round going to GamesAcademy. That's all right though. Round 4. First gun round. Let's see what Torque can do. Got a little bit of cash on hand, but Mo's not going to be able to afford an AWP. Elects for a scout. Going for those long-range headshots. It is kind of an offers map, and we saw how effective Henny was. Last time around, you see Henny's already pulled out an AWP. I think things could be very scary for Torqued.
Yeah, and it looks like they're not slowing down at all. Just playing super quick outside. Smokes and mollies going down everywhere. Mo's completely dealt with. Back on the end of that green train because of the smokes and the fire. No one was even pushing Ivy. Here's Bolts and Henny. Now Lucas, all getting in on that scoreboard. Sean Garris did try to stop them, but he's gone down with just his 1 kill. Ricks, though, moving up, stopped the bomb plant. I think that was actually friendly fire got shot in the face by his teammate at Z. Gonna try to go up on the train, will beat out Showtime, and Rick single-handedly has brought this back into a 2 versus 2. Bomb is down in a bit of a precarious position. Henny will just have to cover bolts, and he'll have to go in and get that bomb.
I think they're aware that both players are at Z Connector. I love the boost going on. Bolt peeks it, puts himself in a 2v2 situation, and he's gonna, or 2v1 situation. He's gonna go down. Henny now holding the angle with the AWP. There's still a Z Connector. He thinks, or he suspects, somebody's already sneaked around the corner. But all he has to do is watch the bomb, make sure it doesn't get defused at this point. Play the bomb timer, and at this point, I don't think there's anything. Oh, it's not planted. It's not planted.
I'll admit. The fact that it's like bomb and
on
it's
the
radiating
bomb
on, yeah, it does kind of make you think it's planted, but no, that was stopped by Rix when he moved forward. But
he recovers it though.
Yeah, I mean, because it's Henny, dude. He's walking around with the, you know, big old, we'll call it a big old op, maybe something else. They don't want to peek him, so he can just walk up and get the bomb for free. And the way that the cover works on this site, he should be able to plant it too, which will kind of give him. I mean, they're going to be running into this outer yard, and he's going to have a jump on at least one of them. They're going to go in together as best they can, and Henny is just going to post and hold this angle. But can he get both?
Oh, no! Oh! Flicks away at just the wrong moment. You see Henny doubting himself for a second. You can see mad respect from Torque right there. The only reason that Henny's able to walk around as much as he can is because they realize exactly how strong he is as an opera. They're not going to peek any angles because there's such a high probability that Henny's game sense is spot on and he's going to be holding it. I like the way Henny played that too. He waited out the entire timer, walks all the way off, checks his side out, and actually buys enough time to theoretically have rotated back to the B site. Just Torque didn't buy it.
All right, let's see where we stand on this round right now. Mo does have that op, but once again, he's completely dealt with fire and smoke. Everything raining down on the back of that green train, keeping it completely isolated. Phelps now has hit that entry onto ATC. Sean Gareth moving up into Sky. Does actually get tagged by Henny. 3 HP. He's dead! Oh, we caught the ladder. Woo.
Wow. That's close.
Sean Gareth's got those biceps.
He's been working out with Freakazoid.
Normal man would have died right there. That would have been so funny, honestly, if he went down.
Yeah, speaking of going down, there's Rick's last man standing. Can't hold off the inevitable. GamesAcademy is going to go ahead and frag out. They also got the cash for the bomb plant as well. Torque's economy looking mighty low. And again, they're going to be hanging on to a couple of USPs with how little cash they have. Let's see, what are they at? 1 round. They've reset their economy completely. We're looking at very likely going into a double save round for Torque. A lot of pressure going on at upper. They haven't put much pressure on the B site. Bomb sitting just outside here. Sean's going to get very aggressive going up ladder. And he's waiting on him awesome as he pokes his head straight up. Look at Riggs. He's going to walk right into a trap. Takes a lot of damage before he backs off. Actually, only 74. Still doing good. Mo might re-peak this angle. A lot of aggression from Torque.
He gets a kill on the Phelps, but TCK pushing up into the hallway. Lucas is there to deal with them. Actually finds A2Z as well, but again, just pistols and no armor, trying to push up on that position, try to get some information, maybe find a cheeky frag, and that leaves Rix with an AK, and his plan is to try and save this weapon. He's just going to jungle gym it up here on the ladders on these trains. He might actually find a kill on an unsuspecting Bolts.
But there's Henny. Pops now position been given up. Bolts is able to work around Juke in the corner at blue train. Rix goes down. That's Torqued. I mean, I know it's an eco round. They don't have much of a chance of winning this, but they walked right out of the site on every single bomb site, giving GamesAcademy so many free frags on the team. Almost doing the jobs of GamesAcademy for them. 5-1 now, the score line. And yeah, it is going to be a double save. A little bit of utility coming in from Torqued. 4 stacking the A site. 1 solo B. That's going to be TCK, your man holding the angle.
Good luck.
Good hear footprints. So should certainly hear that Molly and knows that they're at upper.
Yeah, this has brought Sean Garris over too. A bit far of an angle to be playing with that CZ. He does also have a nade, so he can get some information. Maybe just distract from TCK, but TCK is not playing around the that coil, which is a position that awfully goes unchecked. He's just trying to take this first battle, and unless something crazy happens, he's not likely to get more than 1 kill from this position. He's probably not likely to get any kills, but there's a nice little flash in that's going to delay them. They're actually very blind, but now able to see, and he hits the shot. TCK is down. Garrus also going to fall quickly afterwards. Bolts has worked his way down onto the site. Mo in the back of the inner yard here, completely blind, and again isolated and smoked, but still gets the kill.
That's random.
It certainly was.
So
Mo's probably sick of looking at smoke. He's been neutralized like every single round.
He's peeking and re-peeking this angle. Rick's going to get found out at upper. And at this point, there's really no hope for Torque. A2Z peeks the corner. He's got a nice flashbang, but Bolts is still going to go ahead and find the kill. Torque looks like on their eco rounds, they like to play real close, push up right to the very edge of A side, playing to the strengths of all those pistols, trying to get whatever free frags they can get. GamesAcademy, good read, just working their way right into the A bomb site, to the B bomb site. Inner, dropping them 6-1. This should be the first round that we've seen an AWP in Mo's hands. They're going to double op it on defense.
I mean, that's the adjustment you got to make. It is an expensive one, of course. And while A2Z had a decent performance on Mirage thus far here on the CT side of Train, he is 0-7. Rix, meanwhile, trying to keep that 0 kill death differential alive. At, I think it was, what, 21-21 on Mirage. He's still 6-6 right now in the 7 rounds that we have played. Mo also doing all right, but most of his kills just coming on these ecos with the 5-7s. There's a trade. Lucas going down, but Phelps has his back. So 4-on-4. And already a lot of the CTs have got into this site. Can he stop the plant? Does get some damage on a Showtime after bringing down Phelps. Now smoked off on lower. That's Henny. Mo looking to move forward, making sure no one peeks off that upper catwalk.
Showtime's taken so much damage getting spammed from smoke, but he's still somehow alive. Now Mo coming alive with an AWP, takes one off that upper, and that's the site retake. Rix, no kit, no problem. Is going to go ahead and get the defuse. Finally, a single round going in for Torque. All about the retake that time. Notice they four-stacked the A bomb site. They did 2 off setup, expecting to set up an extremely impenetrable crossfire. But they put both AWPs on the A site. Still worked out beautifully, thanks largely in part to that killer hold by A2Z, staying alive, tagging up the players through the smoke.
All right, so there you go. Getting themselves situated with the second round. Still a lot more work to dig themselves back. GamesAcademy can pretty much check out of their T side. Already 6 rounds is going to be enough. Of course, they don't want to do that.
Might be a little Ivy play. Henny and Bolts getting ready. Gonna be Mo holding the angle.
Nice.
Bolts is down.
You really gonna beat this. Yeah.
Look how patient Henny is, though. He just.
I really didn't see that ending well. Oh,
yeah.
Hits the top of the corner there with that smoke, so his smoke's not going to go where he needed it to.
That is an expert play.
And I don't think Phelps went where he wanted his to either. It falls straight down, so 2 botched smokes. He's just going to go ahead and push through this one. That might have worked out. There is a man above him on the blue train. It must have been Rix, because there it is. Rix getting 1 kill, now a second. There's Showtime. He finds it, but it might be a little too late. Oh, there's Henny. Evens it up to a 2 versus 2. A2Z, that's a hard shot. I'm actually kind of glad he didn't even shoot there, because that's so improbable, and now he didn't give himself away, so he's still in a very strong position, because he could easily flank around Showtime and Henny as they want to push up to the bomb site.
Yeah, you almost wouldn't expect him to be coming from this angle. Didn't take the shot. There it is. Henny caught off guard. A2Z kill, and now distracted.
Well done.
TCK is going to push out. Yeah, the old 1-2 punch. Teamwork. TCK finishing that round off. 6-3 is going to be the scoreline at this point. Good hold. So that's going to be, what, 2 rounds strung together for Torque. GamesAcademy still doing very well financially. They're also starting to build up that loss bonus. So should they lose another round, they might, well, no, they're going to buy down severely. So we're looking at 1 single eco if they lose this. Very important round for GamesAcademy. They've got the round momentum so far, but they're quickly losing control of the economy. Need to win this one. This time they're setting up 2 outside of IV. Worked pretty well last time.
Yeah, then we'll leave just TCK inner with Sean Garrus playing on the rotate position between B and A. So yeah, they're bolstering the defenses early on in the round, and then Sean Garrus is just playing that swing position. There's
plays
Mo.
this.
Oh, missing that shot onto Phelps. Would have been
Mo
a really
plays
nice
this
one to have.
differently than a lot of players. A lot of people like to play Ivy back. He's more in the outer bomb site, almost leaving Ivy with his back turned to Ivy. Could be dangerous if GamesAcademy realizes this and does a late charge through smoke. Bomb instead is going to start working its way towards the B site. BCK waits. Looks like they're setting up for standard smokes. And the B execute. 45 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to commit very quickly, whatever they do.
They better wait for these smokes lower. Hope that there's a flash because Mo is in a perfect position to deal with this. And the smokes are going to go down. Mo actually misses the first shot. That was, I mean, barely had an opportunity. Just seeing like the backpack of one of those players. Mo does finally hit his shot onto Lucas as they're crossing. A2Z trying to peek up over these smokes, putting some damage in, but not actually finding any of the kills. GamesAcademy are quite low. They've got to move out a little forward from the bomb site to pick up the bomb. And this is holding off pretty well here for Torqued. Bomb is still down, but of course it is Henny with his op.
Such a dangerous charge with GamesAcademy. You see, look like two members charging all the way down long distance towards Z Connector. Henny, so frustrating. He picks up the bomb, just doesn't have quite enough time. Tries to fake the plant and bait out one more shot to pick up another kill. He's going to get dropped. Not able to hang on to the AWP. GamesAcademy. They actually are not doing that bad financially thanks to the loss bonus. They're going to get a couple of, one Tech 9, a little bit of utility, try and execute something. T-side's looking pretty bad at this point now that Torqued's got guns in their hands.
Yeah, the double op is apparently the change that they needed. It worked on their first round. They were able to hold on that one, even though Shunkaris had an M4. Now he's back to the double op as they picked it up from Henny at the end of that round. Who I'm guessing he just lost track at the time. I feel like he could have got that bomb down. Probably still loses, but you know, extra money coming in. And there was no chance to win it going with the fake plant. TCK gets one, but Phelps has already worked his way around him. A2Z now moving up, helping out his boys, gets one and assisting on the other. And that's going to be that. Bolts is the last one up. Bomb is planted though, so good money coming in. That's the thing with Train. It's always a very CT-sided map, but at any time that the terrorists really need any money, they can just hit that less defended site, which is inner, plant the bomb, and then go from there.
Yeah, for that reason, you don't see a whole lot of double ecos going on. GamesAcademy, they weren't going to be heading towards double eco at any rate on this, but it is going to allow them to go ahead and pull out an AWP. 2 AWPs this time around. Phelps, Showtime's going to be dropping that one over to Henny. No surprise right there. Being the star of the show. Henny looking, I don't know, a little bit more anemic this time around, as opposed to that 45K.
I mean, it's hard not
Mirage
to
game.
Dropped a 45 bomb.
But he is on T side, right? So it's a little bit harder. You gotta be a bit of an aggressive opper, peeking these angles, playing it hard, and it looks like he's been more of a passive opper. Look at Sean Garris getting aggressive, probably playing off of a good spawn right there to be able to push out like that and take bolts.
Yeah, more than likely. He also had support, which was nice to see in Ricks, and they'll leave Ricks there. Like Mo got tagged up though pretty heavily. He was up on that green train, and we'll have to back off.
It's gonna be slow, but GamesAcademy seems to want to execute possibly onto the A site. Showtime just kind of peeking the corner, watching for information. He does get smoked off. Phelps also looking from lower at T-Con. Ricks walks so slow, picks the opper off, nice and easy. I don't know, he might have even heard a scope at some point, giving him confidence that he's going to be there. 3 versus 4. Mo gets tagged up severely.
Yeah, he's been low since the start of the round. He might have got legged, I think, by the op there, but Mo gets his revenge if that was the case. He brings down Henny in the sniper duel with Sean Garris, landing his too. That's Showtime, who I think initially struck from ladder, was trying to make his way across the outer yard, but it hasn't worked out. And Lucas, with the bomb, was maybe supposed to go into B later and plant. Actually is still left with a, oh, that flash kind of botched itself. He's going to go for it one more time, adjust it a little bit. That one will work. And that was an effort to stop the opper. Which he didn't do. He brought down A2Z, and there's TCK up on the upper catwalk, taking him down.
Luke didn't even deserve that kill.
We are all tied up.
Didn't even deserve that kill. Fails the pop flash, drops another one that doesn't even work because they're hip to it. And then he just picks off of a player who, for some reason, just decides to turn around and start running away while taking fire. The story for GamesAcademy right now, though, looks to be, I don't know, a failure to trade into sites. You see them losing an individual player.
Well, they stopped going quickly. As soon as they slowed down, they started losing. But their aggressive outer takes were working really, really well. And here they are going for one again. But now the utility is here. The counter flashes, counter smokes, and Molotovs able to be thrown out in response to these this quick break into the outer yard. They get completely shut down. Only Rix dies. And Torque got the lead now. Close this out 9-6. They're actually looking pretty decent.
I guess we shouldn't be too surprised to see GamesAcademy struggling over here, because if you look back at their history, they hardly ever play this map. In fact, when I was looking over my notes trying to think about, okay, well, what's going to happen here, I assumed, okay, they always ban Overpass, and they almost always end up banning Train. They never play on Train. They've only got a couple of games on it. We talked about that Max 5 game. And then they've done okay against Luminosity. That's about it. That's their entire history on this. And yet GamesAcademy goes ahead and picks this map against Torque. Maybe they're trying to take them out of their comfort zone or something. But as far as the T side is concerned, it's not looking spectacular. It's not like GamesAcademy is completely down and out at this point. But I don't know. Being their map pick against a completely new NA team like Torque, I might have expected a little bit more momentum going forward.
Well, still a chance to bite back here at the end of the first half. Rix is getting aggressive, maybe too aggressive. He's walking into two of them, and Phelps takes him down. So now early man advantage. I mean, what was that? 55 seconds off the clock. Man advantage now for GamesAcademy. They group up and hit something together. They're all still a little bit spread out, trying to work off of that default and get back together. Bolts looks like he's still going to be just watching any push that might come from T-Main or from Ivy. And there might be a push coming from Ivy. A2Z's getting pretty curious. And look at Showtime. He's already into the inner sight. He's completely around this player that is TCK, but he will react in time.
Should have been a free frag, but he's in the B site all alone. Looks like his job was just to run distraction, though. Bolts takes the flank. A2Z down. Henny knocks out Sean Garrett. Suddenly the A site is falling. He's the only person on site to defend. He's going to miss his off shot as he jumps up. Lucas takes him down. And TCK, he's going to have to ace this round in order to salvage it. Bomb's going to be planted.
He is the clutch king.
He is the clutch king, but, I mean, come on. The only person he has a real advantage against right here is Bolts, who's tagged all the way down to 9 health, so that could be a free frag. It is the closest target to him. Oh.
Yeah, Bolts. Alright, well, I mean, maybe we'll see if TCK can get this done. He's got
Henny,
2 kills, but
tagged Lucas. That was a little bit of team damage right there.
Getting pretty low. I was a little concerned when Showtime ran himself into B. I mean, obviously, if he gets a kill, that pretty much seals the round. But he went down, and GamesAcademy didn't quite execute around the same time to the outer yard. But I thought was going to really fall apart. But A2Z got a little bit antsy. He goes to check in the mid room. That's where Bolts is. Bolts kills A2Z. Then Sean Garris is so focused on let me kill Bolts because he's still in T-Main that he just gets completely flanked by the guys coming out of ladder. And that's when the round fell completely apart and put TCK in an unwinnable situation. And GamesAcademy, after a kind of a drought of, what was that, 6 rounds, find another. It's 7-7 now, and a chance for them to still win the half, starting on the T side of Train.
Yeah, that was big. I mean, you lose 6 rounds in a row, you're going to start feeling rather down in yourself if you're GamesAcademy. They win the round, they've got plenty of economy to go ahead and buy up, but after losing 6 rounds, Torque was still sitting on quite a lot of money. They're still going to be able to afford 2 AWPs again. That defense has worked so effectively for them, what, for 6 rounds in a row, right? So GamesAcademy is going to have to execute. But the fact that they have 7 rounds is actually pretty good. If you get 7 rounds, 7.5 on T side, you have to be fairly happy with that on Train, so long as you can put up when you switch over to CT. Smoke's coming out onto the B side. They're not going to execute super fast, though. Maybe bait them out, base some smokes out, make them think it's a fake. GamesAcademy doing their typical Luminosity Navi gaming strategy. The stack, looking for information.
Yeah, they're trying to pick someone off at the very back Train. You will be able to spot them if they're opping on top of it, trying to play that lower ramp. And I mean, if you pull that off, like, that's such a free kill. It's absolutely insane. And here comes the full execute. Really powerful flashes coming in. Both A2Z and TCK were very, very blind from that. Looks like Sean Garrett planted a landmine, though, and Phelps will discover it. TCK good for 1, and A2Z moving in to get the trade. 3 versus 2 right now in favor of the CTs. Henny unable to work himself out the upper catwalk, and the bomb is down. It's up to himself and Bolts now We'll take his point of view as he's moving in. Will he be able to beat out A2Z on the train?
Nice.
He doesn't even take a point of damage. Brings it back to a 2-on-2. Henny, though, will fall. Bolt's planting. And just in the nick of time, he will get it down. 2 seconds left on that clock. Oh, he was actually just straight up pre-firing on top of the train. Mo is actually underneath. And oh, wow, threading the needle through the edge of that sidewalk in between the train.
That was nasty. That was nasty. So Mo.
Team ace for Torqued.
Beautiful AWP shot right there, but yeah, Torque converting that round back into victory. So this is the first time that they've really been on top of this game. The scoreline 8-7. They eke it out right there at the end on their CT side on train. Could have looked a little bit sharper. Early game was spotty. But once they started rolling with the double op setup on defense, they string 6 rounds together, they give up a single run, go right back to the same setup, and turn it into a victory. They have to be feeling really good about that, especially after how abysmal their own map pick of Mirage turned out. Interesting point, Joey, is Henny not showing up at all on T side here. He's only got 11 kills so far, putting up a +1 number.
I mean, it's still all right. Like 81
it's all
ADR.
right.
It just feels like he's not here because he was everywhere. He was omnipresent on Mirage. I mean, that was one hell of a match. Bolt's though doing well, and Lucas a little more on the spotlight here on the second map that is train.
Very even kill distribution too amongst both teams.
Yeah, both teams.
Everybody
really
representing.
Rick's though doing a little bit better. Oddly enough, he's down in the efficacy. I guess he's kind of turned up, and he's also got a couple kills just when they didn't really matter.
Right.
But they kind of always do. When you're a terrorist, those garbage kills, as we'd call them, making it a little bit more expensive. I guess they're terrorists now, so yeah, never mind. Doesn't even matter. But you know, any way to get some kills and take away from the economy of the other team can help.
Well, we'll see what Torqued's T side has. GamesAcademy, when you're playing on CT side, opping becomes far more effective. So I expect to see Henny's stats getting bolstered just a little bit. We might also see a little bit more action coming in from Showtime.
If he can get to the op, though, let's see how the half starts.
This ladder, Pop Dog, E-Box. A-Site is pretty much completely given up. GamesAcademy's playing as passive as you can possibly do it. Showtime on Green Train is going to get found out, and I don't know how he's alive. How is he alive? Finally gets killed out by Ricks, even after a reload. And the bomb's in B.
CTs,
This
man.
is weird. Torqued's crazy Pugstar team. They take a site, and then they charge into the other side. They did this on Mirage, too. They took B site, they ended up going and playing on the A site. Working for them, though. Look at this. Shots are fired. Henny, all alone. He's in a 1v4 situation. Not able to find it. Sean Garris walks around, takes the headshot. I'll tell you what, Joey, it's also nice to see Sean Garris putting up some decent numbers, too.
Indeed. Finds a double on the pistol round, and, you know, talk about impact frags. Any kill on a pistol round is going to be a big impact. Torque able to kind of storm their way. It looks like GamesAcademy got pretty aggressive there. Some awkward battles outside, and then realizing they had lost inner, they all try to fly up ladder and retake from that point, and they just got kind of stuck in those white halls on those stairs, and they got murdered. And now this is a big investment into your second round, going with the P90, which is going to be more expensive than those Galeals and 2 AKs out on the field, but they can probably rest easily because GamesAcademy didn't invest into this at all, and honestly the eco rounds on train really aren't that scary just because everything is such a long line of sight.
Like might see some pressure at Ivy. That grenade drops Phelps all the way down to 34 health. Showtime's going to get into the cheeky corner there. This is actually pretty smart. He's playing with pistols, so close angle would be effective. They saw one person, Phelps, back away, or at least I think that they saw him back away, so they're not going to check the angle on the left. That is if they choose to commit to Ivy. Ricks and A2Z through ladder by Pop Dog. Going to be an A hit.
I mean, close angles, but they haven't upgraded their pistols, so it doesn't really matter unless maybe they find Sean Garris, who even that's not going to be a one-shot kill.
Bo checks the corner. Look at the boost, though. Phelps good.
Yeah, this boost is pretty cool. I mean, you got to make sure. I don't think.
Nope.
I imagine that will be spotted if anyone comes out of the mid room, and it's.
Yeah, that was Sean all the way from ladder. Take the kill at long distance, so big risk, big reward, just not meant to pay off that time around.
Rix gets baited in. Bolts will kill him. So they have got that P90 right now. Maybe make it a bit more expensive. This was a big investment, and okay, they will only lose the P90, so all the rifles will stay on board.
It's a sloppy kill for Mo, but it still gets the job done. Torque's still on the board. 10-7 is your score line. This is basically what happened the first time around, though. GamesAcademy was...
Yeah, starting off strong on their T side.
Yeah, exactly. They went 3 rounds, looking at it right now. But it was only once the guns started coming out that Torque started to switch the momentum around. I guess that's typical for something
when
like
they got
Train.
the double op is really when it turned around. They got those 6 in a row. Didn't quite have the double op for all of those, but that's what got it started there on round, what is that, 8? And like you said, let's see how Henny opts on CT side, but with a good start like this from Torque, I mean, there might be only one round that Henny can get an op. If Torque can just deal with the economy and keep him off of those weapons, that will be massive, and they might actually be able to take his map here and push it over to Dust 2. And yeah, Rix was spotted. He's very, very low. A2Z is going to help him out, though. They'll take down Phelps. Now Mo getting involved, and it's just showtime over in Z all alone, 1 versus 5.
Yeah, Torque's just going to feel very confident walking into GamesAcademy, charging in from Ivy, swarming the A site from all angles. The split against pistols goes 11-7, just as you might expect. But finally, we're going to see what Henny can do. He's going to put an AWP in his hands. First gun round underway. And yeah, like you were talking about, Joey, if GamesAcademy can't turn this around quickly, it can get out of hand. What, 11-7? So you're looking at, what, 5 more rounds until Torque takes victory on Train. The next map, should we have to do it, is going to be Dust 2. It's a randomly chosen map. Looking at both teams, I have to believe that Dust 2 would favor Torque, if anything.
The way that smoke bounced, they might realize that Showtime is just behind that box here in the Ivy hallway. And I have noticed, well, it's actually GamesAcademy that was using the Molotovs to get people out of that position. And, well, Showtime's down as he tries to retreat out. Maybe boosted or on the green boxes, maybe just through the smoke, didn't quite catch it.
I think the smoke faded off. I think he just timed it wrong.
Yeah, just backed up. No, the smoke is still very much there. They might have boosted up on the green boxes and seen over it. But that's big. That's Torque's early kill. Man advantage here on that T side. Still haven't quite dealt with Henny, though. Let's see. They will end up challenging him. And Lucas, his brother, is right underneath. This is big. Lucas can take his time. He's going to make sure he can get both these guys. Line them up.
Not able to do it.
They were kind of moving. They were moving up and down the stairs too, so it wasn't just lining them up left and right. It was up and down, and they did still do a lot of damage, and they are still at... Well, no, they're still down their 1 man, so it all went even. And here's Sean Garris taking down Phelps. Last man up with the op. And, I mean, how perfect is that? Torque, they're able to avoid him for the entire round, and now just have to try to win a 1 versus 3, which should be pretty easy here on this outer site.
The finances for GamesAcademy are going to be wrecked going into the next round, so unless Henny can pick up some quick frags right now, which is very, very unlikely, best thing he can do is really just hang out of this AWP and try to save it through. Ooh, he's going to miss this shot right here on Rix. Rix is tagged up pretty good. If he just knew this, he could switch to his pistol. Doesn't matter. Look at this 6 shot. Rix goes over the top of the train, and then he's going to get dropped by Henny. And Henny fighting for his life, fighting for his off. Sean Garris unloads. Henny somehow takes Mo down in the process, though, so he almost finishes off the team.
Yeah, he was very aware. I mean, not only the flick shots, and, you know, obviously just the raw aim is what makes an opera great, but just the ability to be aware. I mean, there was either that person was going to run out on the floor and peek him, or was going to try to go up the ladder, and he was so ready for the person climbing up the ladder. And if that op would have just put in that next bullet a little bit quicker, he would have most likely hit his next shot too. Even though Torque put a lot in trying to kill that player, that's really, really big, because if he keeps saving that op, that's going to be ultimately what will probably be the downfall of Torque. If we look back to map 1 and his 45 kills. So I like it.
Bolts doing a nice 2K right there, dropping Sean. Aggression to Ivy, though, is not going to benefit GamesAcademy, and they're going to lose that position now. 2 versus 3 situation. Phelps tagged up very low. And keep in mind, these players don't have any armor. They don't have anything to speak of in terms of weapons, just a couple of pistols. USP in the hands of Henny, last man standing. And I bet he wishes he had an AWP in his hand. Spots Mo planting the bomb, so he might be able to get a free frag right there. Does so. Not able to stop the plant, though.
Or get any gun after a kill. If he can deal with this person at Ivy, he would be able to. He's gonna go. He just runs out. He makes the play. Goes for the op. Slowly working his way around. Does have no kit, which is then the next kind of hurdle he has to overcome. But he can still make it a bit more expensive. And I think he heard that ladder. Yep. Beautiful.
One kill.
Thinks down A to Z, and now it's TCK over at Ivy. He's looking the wrong way right now, and again, no kit.
He should have heard that bullet.
Took him a second to like, wait a minute, I just heard an AK behind me. Maybe I should turn around. But it doesn't matter. There's no way he was going to win that, but that was pretty sick to just see him charge out for that op.
Yeah, as soon as I saw him pick up that op, I started thinking, okay, I believe that he takes that one shot. I can't believe he didn't turn around, though, because he heard the AK-47 clearly somewhere behind him and just kept on hanging out of that angle. He was just dead set on staring at Pop Dog Ladder like that.
Yeah, it might have been some communication, maybe, between the players, and he didn't quite hear it.
Still
it seems like
he
did react, he's just a bit slow.
Still has enough money to go ahead and buy another AWP, so we'll see the op coming out one more time for Henny. But things are getting dangerous here. Torque now 3 rounds away from winning out on Train. And if GamesAcademy can't win this and then start stringing rounds together, they're in serious, serious trouble. The economy should be, yeah, quite low, in shambles. It's a must-win round.
Double op for Torque, though. I wonder if that'll slow them down a little bit too much. You can see Mo, again, working on these boosts over at Ivy, trying to find a free kill. And Sean Garris is actually working his way slowly out of the mid-room. Now he's been spotted on his way falling back.
Almost looked like Phelps saw him for a second and then didn't react. Out of the corner of his screen, you get that tunnel vision staring at your crosshair like this. Mo wants to make entry. Showtime's playing from the backside. Ooh, Mo ends
Mo gets both of those.
And then turns it into a 2K. Showtime also down. That's Ivy control. And once you lose Ivy, taking A site is so easy.
Yeah, they just have Lucas sort of fortified here on Old Bomb, but if they happen to push around the backside of the CT halls, that position's going to go away real fast. Lucas, though, does get one, and there's Henny from CT steps to bring down Sean Garris. 3-on-2. Bolts line them up. Actually, no, just one man out in the open. The other guy was behind those boxes at Ivy. So Henny by himself once again, but with the op. Still no kit this time. There's one down right in front of him. So that actually won't be an issue this time, as long as he is aware of that. And these guys should know better than to peek into this now. And they don't. They let him come to them, and they will hit their shots.
Yeah. Yes, Mo actually missed an op shot, and that's TCK finishing up with the spray down right there. Such a disappointing round right there. For a moment, it looked like Henny could have done something to clutch that thing out. He finds himself in a 1v2, and then here comes a pause. That's Henny requesting it with a scoreline of 14 and 17. You have to assume that this is going to be a tactical timeout for GamesAcademy. Time to scratch your heads and figure out exactly what you want to do. The finances are not looking good either. I mean, they're all sitting on $3,900, $4,000. You can eke out a buy.
Yeah, but that's a buy to win scenario. If you don't win that round, you're going to lose straight up.
Exactly, and also there's no chance that Henny's going to be able to pull the AWP out, so he'll be out of his comfort zone on that. Utility might be a little bit low. That's important for the Ivy hole as well.
Yeah, you can maybe just
you gotta have a smoke, you gotta have a molly.
Deagle no head armor or 5/7 armor. That way, with the bonus, you'll actually, what is the bonus right now? It is max. Every round of this T side has been won for Torque, or the second half has been over to Torque, which is really nice for them. But I think that gives you a better chance. Like, you still have a chance always on those CT force buys to maybe squeak out a round, and even if you lose that, you'll still then have enough money for a rifle round when you are actually playing for the tie. But I don't know. That would take a lot of confidence in GamesAcademy and their ability and what they talk about during this pause. More than likely, probably to see them go for some FAMAS and utility.
This really is not expected at all. If you are just joining us, this is the MLG Last Chance Qualifier. It's a single elimination bracket consisting of best of threes. These are the quarterfinals. Torqued Gaming, brand new roster over here, North American side, versus GamesAcademy. They've been around for quite a while. Phelps is relatively new to the team. Otherwise, same old faces. You might recognize Bolt from the old Luminosity Gaming roster.
Yeah, Bolt came on at the same time, but of course he was already pretty well known.
Of course. They're going to buy. They're going to force. Famas is coming out on all sides. Lucas not going to be able to afford it. Buy to win.
I mean, if they win this round, like, this situation is better, but I think it's still safer if you go for the light force into a full rifle round in the potentially last round anyways. But here we go. They get pretty aggressive. Phelps is going to go into the mid room. And let's see if he can pop flat. And actually will just smoke off Sean Garris even further, so they're really going to plant themselves into the mid room. Phelps is just going to chill there. That cuts off a big portion of the map. I mean, that's Whitehall's, Ladder, or Ivy now are the only places that these terrorists can come from.
We see the bomb working its way towards B site. Looks like Torque might just commit to the B hit. It almost doesn't matter at this point. Whichever site Torque hits, they've got it. They had, as you pointed out, Joey, a flawless B side. One smoke going out, allowing for, well, actually, it's just going to block off. That might have been a CT side smoke there.
Pop flash this and charge through. One flash going out. Rix is going to be the first one to drop off. He's very, very blind, though. Kill has not gone down yet. There's a spray down. Rix. 4v3.
All three are going to come from the same angle, too. They're all clustered up as Z-Connector. The mollies block it off completely. That means the bomb's going to go down absolutely no problem. Rix is down at 9 health, watching the angle at Z-Connector, and then two others back off. That I think that's Showtime and Lucas. All the way back, so as to save. Phelps picks one kill up. And then he ought to really back off and save this gun, try to do something next round, go for the tie. Either way, it looks like Torqued has one train at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a crazy comeback if GamesAcademy is able to manage it. Doesn't seem likely. I mean, this save is pretty big. Any kill that Torqued would find right now would just be absolutely massive. A2Z seems to be sniffing it out. Didn't quite spot that guy's head. Oh, now he go for the spam, but this CSGO thin metal things aren't spammable, really. It makes no
if
sense.
Only it were 1.6. Free kill right there.
He would have been dead.
Okay, so GamesAcademy now, keep in mind they're still at max loss bonus. So saving the weapons are going to allow them to pick up plenty of utility. You're going to see a couple of M4s coming out, no AWPs. So I think we only saw, what, 2 rounds where Henny was actually able to buy an AWP, and then there was that one round where he picked it up from Mo's cold, dead hands.
Yeah, but he picked it up in already such a disadvantaged situation. And so Mo's doing really well. Mo's 21-11 right now. TCK 17-12. Rix is 19-16, and it's just A2Z and Sean Garris that are down there a little bit, but even they aren't too far off from a decent scoreline. And Rix finding the opener again. He'll take down Bolts. Big opening kill. Rix and A2Z, though, have taken a fair amount of damage.
Yeah, A2Z is extremely low. Look at him, 9 health at this point. Torqued. Sean Garris is just creeping his way around the A site, trying to find a little bit of information. Lucas spots him. There you go. Free frag right there. Sean Garris down, evening the odds now. 4-4. TCK is going to turn it around. Henny's dropped. So no dreams of stealing that AWP and saving the day at this point. A2Z is still extremely hurt. He's going to find Phelps at ladder room, leaving Lucas in kind of a dangerous situation at this point. He's all alone, pops up around him, an incredible shot dropping Rix like that, but Mo is right behind to trade out for the kill. It's going to wind up in a 1v1, Joey.
And Mo has been pretty hot. Showtime not so much on this map, and Mo actually just getting it done with the Tech 9. So making up for what happened over on the B side on Mirage here in the last round of Train. I mean, the map, the GamesAcademy, from what we had seen, didn't really have all that much experience on themselves. Try to pick it to kind of just upset what is, you know, a very newly formed team. Some, I mean, all pretty much old faces, I guess, but, you know, some of them coming back into the thick of it pretty recently, thinking they'd be able to catch them off guard, and now it's actually going to go down to the wire on Dust 2, which is, I mean, this could just be a slugfest. Op, of course, is going to be very, very important here, and we did see both Sean Garris and Mo using the Op on both Mirage and Train. I expect to see the same thing here on Dust 2.
Oh yeah, Dust 2 is going to come down to a battle of the Oppers for sure. Looking at these two on paper, I know Mo started to kind of wake up and come back to life on Train like that, but I think that's mostly because, well, one, he had more opportunities to go ahead and play with the Op, more opportunities to play with the Op, and also his team was just kind of firing on all cylinders right there. In a head-to-head battle, though, I still have to put my faith in Henny on that front. Either way, though, Torque is I don't know, on something like Dust 2, it's not the sort of thing that you really need to spend a lot of time sort of anti-stratting or developing individual specific team tactics on. So I would imagine that if anything, they're going to feel a lot more confident and stronger going out of this map. And they've got to feel good coming out of that funk after losing rather spectacularly on Mirage, especially after the first half. They ended half one, 3-12 with the team barely firing on, I think that was their T side. So we'll see. It's the random map, Dust 2. At this point, anybody's game. You asked me at the start of the game, I'd say 2-0, easy. Games Academy. Now,
yeah, same.
I'm not so sure.
Well, Games Academy, real quick, running down their recent results starting in November and even going to this month here. They are 4-1 on it. Their only loss was not even a loss. It was just a tie. They tied Keed Stars at that Max 5 Invitational, but they beat Cloud9 in November. They beat Luminosity as well as SKDC in Denial, but that's a little lower down in the tier of the team. So
in
Games
November,
Academy,
was Sean Garris on Cloud9 at that time?
Oh god, I can't even remember, to be honest. I think
he still was.
Yeah.
I think he still was.
I mean, that was the RG. No, it actually wasn't, because that was the RGM Pro Series where they actually did play with Swag.
You're right.
So technically he was still on the roster, but kind of on his way out. But here he is again. We'll see what Sean Garris and this new lineup of Torque can do on Dust 2 here in the MLG Last Chance Online Qualifiers. Looking for one more spot from the Americas to get into the major qualifiers. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment.